National Electrical Code (NEC), which sets the safety standards for electrical installations, does not specifically require that direct current (DC) circuit wires be blue. However, there are some guidelines and recommendations that may support this practice. It is a common industry practice to use blue wires to identify direct current circuits. This is largely due to the traditional use of red and black wires for alternating current (AC) circuits. Using a consistent color coding scheme helps electricians quickly identify and troubleshoot direct current circuits. The Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers (IEE) Standard 379, which provides guidance on lighting and power distribution, recommends using blue for direct current circuits over 50 volts and blue with a white stripe for direct current circuits under 50 volts. Distinguishing direct current circuits from alternating current circuits helps prevent accidental connections and potential electrical hazards. Blue wires are typically not used for alternating current circuits, making them easily identifiable as direct current. Consistent color coding simplifies troubleshooting and maintenance. In certain situations, other colors may be used for direct current circuits. For example, yellow or orange wires may be used to indicate high current direct current circuits, such as in solar power systems. In specialized industries or equipment, different color coding systems may be used. It is important to follow the electrical codes and guidelines specific to your location. If there is uncertainty about the color coding requirements for direct current circuits, consult with a licensed electrician or refer to the appropriate electrical standards. The key is consistency in whatever color coding scheme is adopted, as well as proper labeling. This ensures that anyone working on the system in the future can quickly and safely identify the different types of circuits. Firstly, consider the National Electrical Code (NEC). The NEC is a comprehensive set of standards that govern electrical installations in the United States. While it doesn't explicitly mandate the use of blue for direct current circuits, it provides the framework for safe and reliable electrical systems. Secondly, industry best practices. Even in the absence of a specific NEC requirement, many industries and companies have adopted blue as the standard color for direct current circuits. This helps to avoid confusion with alternating current circuits, which are typically wired with black and red conductors. Thirdly, IEE standards. The Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers (IEE) develops standards for a wide range of electrical and electronic systems. IEE Standard 379 recommends the use of blue for direct current circuits above 50 volts and blue with a white stripe for direct current circuits below 50 volts. This standard is widely recognized and followed in the industry. Fourthly, safety considerations. The primary reason for using color codes is to improve safety. By clearly distinguishing direct current circuits from alternating current circuits, electricians and other personnel can avoid accidental contact with live wires. This is especially important in complex electrical systems where multiple types of circuits are present. Fifthly, identification and troubleshooting. Color coding makes it much easier to identify and troubleshoot electrical problems. If a fault occurs in a direct current circuit, the blue wires will quickly lead the technician to the source of the problem. This can save time and reduce the risk of further damage. Sixthly, exceptions to the rule. While blue is the most common color for direct current circuits, there are some exceptions. For example, yellow or orange wires may be used for high current direct current circuits, such as those found in solar power systems. In addition, some specialized industries or equipment may use different color coding systems. Seventhly, local codes and regulations. It is important to check with your local electrical inspector to ensure that you are following all applicable codes and regulations. Some jurisdictions may have specific requirements for color coding that differ from the national standards. Eighthly, documentation and labeling. In addition to color coding, it is also important to properly document and label all electrical circuits. This includes creating a wiring diagram and labeling all wires and components with their function and voltage. This will make it much easier for future technicians to understand the system and perform maintenance. Ninthly, training and education. All electricians and other personnel who work on electrical systems should be properly trained in color coding and other safety practices. This will help to ensure that they are able to identify and work on different types of circuits safely and effectively. 10thly, importance of consistency. Whatever color coding scheme is adopted, it is important to be consistent. This means using the same colors for the same types of circuits throughout the entire system. This will avoid confusion and reduce the risk of errors. When it comes to direct current (DC) circuits, the color coding of wires, while not explicitly mandated by the National Electrical Code (NEC), is a crucial aspect of electrical safety and efficient troubleshooting. The common industry practice leans heavily towards using blue wires to denote DC circuits, primarily to differentiate them from alternating current AC circuits, which traditionally employ red and black wires. This distinction is more than just a matter of aesthetics, it's a practical measure to prevent accidental connections and potential electrical hazards. The Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, IEE, Standard 379 further reinforces this practice by recommending blue for DC circuits exceeding 50 volts and blue with a white stripe for those under 50 volts, solidifying the rationale for this color coding convention. The core reasons for adopting blue as the standard color for DC circuits revolve around safety, identification, and convenience. Firstly, safety is paramount. By clearly distinguishing DC circuits from AC circuits, the risk of accidental connections and consequent electrical hazards is significantly reduced. This is particularly critical in complex electrical systems where various types of circuits coexist, each serving different functions and operating at different voltage levels. Secondly, identification is streamlined. Since blue wires are typically not used for AC circuits, their presence immediately signifies a DC circuit. This quick visual cue enables electricians and technicians to readily identify the circuit type without having to trace wires or consult documentation, saving time and minimizing the potential for errors. Thirdly, convenience is enhanced. Consistent color coding simplifies troubleshooting and maintenance procedures. When a problem arises in a DC circuit, the blue wires serve as a direct visual guide, leading technicians to the source of the issue more efficiently. This reduces diagnostic time, minimizes downtime, and facilitates faster repairs. However, it's essential to acknowledge that exceptions to this general rule exist. In certain scenarios, alternative colors may be used for DC circuits, often dictated by specific requirements or applications. One such exception involves high-current DC circuits, commonly found in solar power systems. In these instances, yellow or orange wires may be employed to indicate the elevated current levels. This additional color coding provides an extra layer of safety, alerting personnel to the presence of potentially hazardous currents. Another exception arises in specialized industries or equipment, where unique color coding systems may be implemented to cater to specific needs or standards. For instance, in certain aerospace applications, different colors may be used to distinguish between various types of DC circuits or to comply with stringent industry regulations. Given the potential for variations and exceptions, it's crucial to adhere to the electrical codes and guidelines specific to the location where the electrical work is being performed. Local regulations may have specific requirements or interpretations that differ from national standards or industry best practices. Therefore, it's always advisable to consult with a licensed electrician or refer to the relevant electrical standards to ensure compliance and avoid any potential safety hazards. In addition to adhering to color coding conventions, proper documentation and labeling are essential components of a safe and well-organized electrical system. Creating accurate wiring diagrams and clearly labeling all wires and components with their function and voltage simplifies future maintenance, troubleshooting, and modifications. This information empowers technicians to understand the system's architecture and operate within it safely. Moreover, comprehensive training and education for all personnel involved in electrical work are vital. Electricians and technicians should be thoroughly trained in color coding practices, safety procedures, and the interpretation of electrical codes and standards. This ensures that they possess the knowledge and skills necessary to work on various types of circuits safely and effectively. Ultimately, the key to a reliable and safe electrical system lies in consistency. Regardless of the color coding scheme adopted, it's crucial to maintain consistency throughout the entire system. This means using the same colors for the same types of circuits across all components and installations. Consistency eliminates confusion, reduces the risk of errors, and contributes to a safer working environment for everyone involved. Therefore, while the NEC doesn't mandate blue wires for DC circuits, the industry's widespread adoption of this practice stems from sound principles of safety, identification, and convenience. By understanding the rationale behind color coding conventions, adhering to local regulations, and maintaining consistency throughout the system, electricians and technicians can create and maintain electrical systems that are both efficient and safe. In summary, while the National Electrical Code, NEC, doesn't explicitly mandate the use of blue wires for direct current DC circuits, it's a widely adopted industry best practice. The reasons for this practice are multifaceted, encompassing safety, ease of identification, and streamlined maintenance. However, it's also crucial to recognize the existence of exceptions and to consult local codes and regulations to ensure compliance and safety. The consistent use of color codes combined with proper documentation and training contributes to a safer and more efficient electrical system. In more detail, to further elaborate on the points made, consider the specific voltage levels encountered in direct current systems. For instance, in automotive applications, 12 volts and 24 volts DC systems are prevalent. In industrial settings, DC systems can range from low voltages such as 24 volts DC to higher voltages like 48 volts DC or even higher. The choice of wire gauge and insulation type is also critical and is dictated by the current carrying capacity and the environmental conditions. The NEC provides tables such as Table 310.15, B16, that specify the allowable ampacities of insulated conductors based on factors like conductor material, insulation type, and ambient temperature. Furthermore, the type of load connected to the DC circuit influences the wiring requirements. For example, a DC motor may draw a significant inrush current upon startup, necessitating the use of appropriately sized conductors and overcurrent protection devices. Similarly, sensitive electronic equipment may require shielded cables to minimize electromagnetic interference. In renewable energy systems, such as solar photovoltaic installations, DC wiring plays a crucial role in connecting solar panels to inverters and charge controllers. These DC circuits often operate at higher voltages, such as 600 volts DC or even 1000 volts DC, requiring specialized wiring and connectors designed for high-voltage DC applications. The NEC provides specific requirements for photovoltaic systems in Article 690, addressing topics like grounding, overcurrent protection, and disconnecting means. Moreover, the selection of appropriate overcurrent protection devices, such as fuses and circuit breakers, is critical for protecting DC circuits from overloads and short circuits. The interrupting rating of the overcurrent protection device must be sufficient to safely interrupt the maximum available fault current. The NEC provides guidance on selecting appropriate overcurrent protection devices in Article 240. Grounding is another essential aspect of DC wiring. Proper grounding helps to minimize the risk of electric shock and provides a path for fault current to flow back to the source, tripping the overcurrent protection device. The NEC specifies grounding requirements in Article 250, addressing topics like grounding electrode systems, equipment, grounding conductors, and bonding. In addition to the NEC, other industry standards, such as those developed by the Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, IEE, and the National Fire Protection Association, NFPA, provide further guidance on DC wiring practices. These standards may address specific applications or industries such as telecommunications, data centers, or industrial automation. The location and environment in which the DC wiring is installed also impact the selection of wiring methods and materials. For example, wiring installed in wet or corrosive environments requires the use of moisture-resistant or corrosion-resistant cables and enclosures. Similarly, wiring installed at hazardous locations, such as those containing flammable gases or vapors, requires the use of explosion-proof or intrinsically safe wiring methods. The NEC provides specific requirements for wiring in various environments in Chapters 3 and 5. Furthermore, the use of proper wiring techniques such as crimping, soldering, and terminating conductors is essential for ensuring reliable and safe DC wiring connections. Improper wiring techniques can lead to loose connections, overheating, and potential fire hazard. The NEC provides guidance on proper wiring techniques in Article 110. Regular inspection and maintenance of DC wiring systems are also crucial for ensuring their continued safety and reliability. Inspection should include checking for signs of damage, corrosion, or overheating. Maintenance should include tightening connections, replacing damaged components, and testing overcurrent protection devices. The NEC recommends periodic inspections and maintenance in Article 90. Therefore, understanding the nuances of DC wiring requires a comprehensive understanding of the NEC industry standards and best practices. By adhering to these guidelines, electricians and technicians can ensure the safe and reliable operation of DC electrical systems.